Two siblings, same parents, same household, can end up with noticeably different skin tones, sometimes different enough that strangers assume they aren't related at all. It seems like it shouldn't be possible. Skin color feels like one of the most complicated, most variable traits in the entire human species, thousands of visible shades across billions of people. So here's the real question. If skin color is genuinely that complicated, why can two full siblings end up looking so different? And why does the underlying science say something almost nobody expects? Skin color might be one of the genetically simplest traits we have. Most visible human traits are what geneticists call polygenic, shaped by the combined tiny effects of thousands of different genes working together. Height is a classic example. Researchers have identified well over 10,000 genetic variants that each nudge adult height up or down by a fraction of a millimeter. Skin color works almost nothing like that. Despite the enormous visible range across human populations, the vast majority of that variation traces back to a surprisingly small number of genes, in some studies fewer than 10, each with a comparatively large, measurable effect on pigmentation. In genetic terms, skin color isn't actually that complicated. It just looks that way because a handful of genes can still produce an enormous amount of visible variety. By contrast, a trait like eye color, often assumed to be simple, is now known to involve considerably more genetic complexity than once believed, while skin color, despite its dramatic visual range, remains one of the most concentrated examples of a few genes producing an outsized visible effect. Three genes in particular do most of the heavy lifting: SLC24A5 and SLC45A2. Both influence how much melanin, the pigment responsible for skin color, gets produced and distributed within skin cells. MC1R regulates the ratio between two different types of melanin, one that produces darker brown-black tones, and one that produces reddish-yellow tones associated with lighter skin and red hair. Different versions, or variants, of these genes essentially act like dials, turning pigment production up or down. Inherit a particular combination of variants from your parents, and your skin color largely follows from that combination. Researchers identified the specific roles of these genes largely through comparative studies across global populations, tracking which gene variants consistently appeared alongside lighter or darker average skin tones in different regions of the world. Before we continue, if this kind of question is the kind of thing you enjoy thinking about, consider subscribing and sharing this with someone who'd find it interesting too. Now let's keep going. One specific variant of SLC24A5 offers a striking example of how much impact a single genetic change can have. A particular mutation in this gene is strongly associated with lighter skin in European populations, and genetic dating suggests this specific variant arose and spread relatively recently, somewhere within the last 20 to 40,000 years. One single mutation in one single gene is estimated to account for a substantial portion of the skin tone difference between many European and West African populations today. It's a striking demonstration that a trait carrying enormous cultural and historical weight can, at the genetic level, hinge on remarkably few actual changes in DNA. Similar single high-impact mutations have been identified in other populations as well, including specific variants linked to lighter skin tones in parts of East Asia that evolved independently from the European variant, arising through an entirely separate genetic pathway, despite producing a broadly similar visual outcome. This also finally explains the sibling puzzle from the beginning. Because only a handful of genes are involved, and each parent carries two versions of each one, children can inherit noticeably different combinations of pigmentation variants from the exact same two parents. One sibling might inherit more of the lighter associated variants from each parent, while another sibling inherits more of the darker associated ones, purely through normal genetic shuffling during reproduction. With a trait controlled by thousands of genes like height, this kind of dramatic sibling difference would be far less likely because so many small effects tend to average out. With only a few genes carrying most of the weight, skin color has much more room to vary, even within a single family. This same genetic shuffling is why parents sometimes express surprise at just how different two children's complexions can be, especially in mixed ancestry families where the parents themselves carry a wide range of different pigmentation variants to begin with. This also reveals something important about what skin color can and can't actually tell you. It's commonly assumed that similar skin tones mean close genetic relatedness, but that assumption turns out to be surprisingly unreliable. Populations in equatorial Africa and populations in Melanesia, in the Pacific, both evolved deeply dark skin independently, under similar intense ultraviolet sunlight, but through largely different genetic pathways and different specific variants. In other words, two populations can arrive at visually similar skin tones through convergent evolution without being especially closely related at all, while two people with noticeably different skin tones can, in some cases, be more closely related genetically than either would be to a population that merely looks similar to them. Skin color evolved repeatedly, independently, wherever intense sunlight created similar selective pressure, not as a single shared genetic lineage. This finding has real implications beyond curiosity. It means skin color alone is a poor tool for inferring someone's genetic ancestry, ethnicity, or population history, despite how often it has historically been used, both casually and formally, as exactly that kind of marker. Compared to most human traits, skin color also appears to have changed remarkably quickly, evolutionarily speaking. The specific genetic variants responsible for lighter skin tones in different populations arose independently and relatively recently, well within the last 50,000 years, a strikingly short window in evolutionary terms. Strong, consistent selection pressure from differing levels of ultraviolet radiation across latitudes appears to have driven these changes efficiently, precisely because so few genes were involved. Fewer genes controlling a trait generally means natural selection can shift a population's average appearance faster, since there are simply fewer moving genetic parts that all need to change together. This rapid pace stands in sharp contrast to traits like height or general body proportions, which tend to shift much more gradually across many thousands of generations. Precisely because so many genes are involved, and each one contributes only a small fraction of the overall effect. So why do humans have different skin colors? Not because of some vast, sprawling genetic complexity. A remarkably small number of genes, shaped by relatively recent and repeated evolutionary pressure, produced nearly all of the visible variation across our entire species. Skin color carries enormous cultural, historical, and personal weight, more than almost any other physical trait. But biologically, it may be one of the simplest, fastest changing, and least reliable indicators of ancestry we actually have. Sometimes the things that feel like they should carry the most meaning turn out to be written in surprisingly few lines of code, not to give you answers, to reveal the paradox. Every question has a story. Welcome to Human Mystery.